Yeah, so for some odd reason, all the studios releasing horror movies in March decided to release them all on the same day, which put me in a little bit of a conundrum as to what movie I was going to pick to review this month. Naturally, you go for the Ghostbusters, right? You know, it's a tentpole movie, big blockbuster, franchise IP, Bill Murray and the gang are back, blah, blah, blah. Then I remembered, I don't give a about the Ghostbusters. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Late Night with the Devil. It is a new horror film from writer-directors Cameron and Colin Cairns and stars the phenomenally underrated character actor who finally gets his time to shine in a leading role, David Dismalchin. In the film, a struggling 70s late-night television host decides to feature an exorcism during a live recording on Halloween night, and things go terribly, terribly awry. Give it the good stuff. The sheer premise of this movie fucking slaps. 70s nighttime talk show hosts an exorcism during a live recording on Halloween night? That premise right there was enough to get me locked, cocked, stocked, and ready to rock right from the get-go. This picture does one of my all-time favorite things that most horror movies try to do and fail at, which is building an overwhelming sense of dread for the things to come. We know from the film's intro that things are gonna go terribly wrong even before the title card drops. Then the picture continues to increase the suspense and dread the further along the plot goes, crescendoing to a fucking batshit finale that absolutely seals the deal and delivers on the horrifically disturbing, disastrously mind-melting spectacle we have been promised the entire film. The man of the hour, without question, is our lead actor, David Dismalchin. The whole show rises and falls on Homeboy's shoulders. Known for his character roles in films like The Dark Knight, Dune, and Prisoners, the man has put in the work over the years and finally has gained larger roles in flicks like The Suicide Squad and The Last Voyage of the Demeter, delivering standout performances across the board, and Late Night with the Devil is no exception. Dismalchin shows his chops by giving a multi-layered and nuanced portrayal of a talk show host dealing with grief and looking to make a comeback. The man oozes charisma and relatability and just fucking kills it in this role. I mean, to put it plainly, in lesser hands, this shit simply does not work. And I sincerely hope that Dismalchin can use this flick as a calling card to secure more leading roles because the man has star power. And now it's time to talk about the shit. The only thing that I felt really worked against this film was the format they decided to go with, which is essentially us as the audience viewing the film through the lens of the television program as it aired in the 1970s, with the previously unreleased behind-the-scenes footage filling in the gaps when they cut to commercial breaks. Now, I don't mind seeing the clips from the television program as they premiered. It's more the behind-the-scenes footage that has me scratching my head. I just found myself wondering, like, who's recording this footage? And why are they getting up so close and personal to people that are clearly trying to have private conversations? Like, it kind of took me out of the movie. I think you could have told this story just fine without the constraints of it being a found footage narrative, and you could have just shown clips from the television program and then told the story through the lens of a more traditional film style, and I just think that the movie as a whole would have benefited from that approach. Go ahead and give me that rewatch. This flick is definitely a slow burn and takes some time to get going, but once it does, holy fucking shit, does it move. Doesn't hurt that it's a Halloween picture, so I definitely see this being a solid rewatch moving forward. And if I was gonna double feature this at the Jony Horror Drive-In, I think it would pair very nicely with another grisly 70s story centered around a talk show, the critically acclaimed Joaquin Phoenix starring vehicle Joker. Tediously crafted, expertly performed, and not afraid to go there. Late Night with the Devil is a possession film that does not pull its punches. It's got style, it's got some awesome horror, and most importantly, particularly in this day and age, it's got originality. I really cannot recommend this one enough, guys. It's definitely in the top 5 possession movies I've ever seen and has the makings of a cult classic. It's gonna be a solid 9 out of 10 on the Jony Horror score. Well, that's gonna about do it for this episode of the Jony Horror Reviews. I'm your host, Jony Horror, wishing all of you night owls the very best and encouraging you to be kind to one another, be half-decent human beings, and always remember, if something seems too good to be true, then it probably fucking is.